She cheated while I was saving for our dream house. I was saving every peso I earned. For our dream house, I put all my effort into work. Did overtime shifts so we could afford a better place to live in. I sold my motorcycle, skipped my birthday. I gave up many things for her, all of it, so she could have her dream house. Then one day she told me she loved me, but she was loving someone else. At first it was just a kiss, then it became more. She was kissing him every day when she thought I wasn't looking. Sometimes she would hold his hand under the table when I wasn't paying attention. Then she started going out with him. She said she wanted to be free, that she needed space, but I knew she was with him. Every night she would go out and come back late at night. When I asked her where she was, she would always say, "With my cousin, he helps me with my problems." So I decided to follow her one night. The two of them went to a bar, and I followed them there. I saw them laughing together. He was telling some joke and she was really enjoying it. They were holding hands, and I felt my blood boil. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. At that moment, she looked at me, and she saw me looking at her. The look on her face was priceless. She was shocked. She tried to hide her hand, but it was too late. I already saw it, I already knew. I walked towards him and said, "You should know by now I don't like you touching her." He stood up angrily and said, "What are you talking about? We were just friends." But she stood in front of him and said, "It's none of your business. Leave us alone." I looked at them both and said, "Why are you lying? Why are you doing this?" She looked at me and said, "Because I can't take it anymore. You're always working. You never spend time with me. I need someone who can make me laugh, who can give me attention. I'm sorry, but it's over between us." She told me this as if it was my fault, as if I had done something wrong, but I had done nothing. I was trying to build a life for us, a future, but she was throwing it all away. I was building our dream house brick by brick, day by day, but she didn't care. She wanted to destroy it all. She said she was sorry, but it was too late. The damage was done. I packed my things and left. I moved into a small apartment and got my life back on track. I had to start over, but I was determined to succeed. I worked hard and saved money for a new dream house, a bigger one than before. One day I got a call from her. She asked if we could meet. I agreed and we met at our favorite cafe. She looked different. Her hair was shorter, and she had a new style. She looked beautiful, but I didn't care. I had moved on. She asked me how I was doing and I told her I was fine. Then she asked me to come back to her. She said she was sorry for what she did. She said she missed me. She said she wanted to try again, but I knew she was only saying that because she was scared of losing me. She thought I would beg her to come back, but she was wrong. I didn't love her anymore. She begged me, "Please, I know I made a mistake, but I promise it will never happen again. I want to be with you." But I didn't listen. I walked away from her and that was the end of our relationship. I never looked back. I was done with her. Years passed and I became successful. I built my dream house, got married and had kids. I had everything I wanted. But sometimes I thought about her and wondered if she ever regretted what she did. If she ever thought about the life we could have had, the family we could have built, the love we could have shared. But I knew she didn't care. She had chosen her own path. She had made her own decisions, and I respected that. One day I got a call from a friend. He told me that she had passed away. She died of cancer. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I felt bad for her. I knew she had suffered, but I didn't feel sorry for her. I felt sorry for her family, for her children, for the people who loved her. I knew she had touched many lives and brought happiness to many people. I knew she was a good person, even if she had made mistakes. I knew she was kind, caring, and generous. I knew she was beautiful, smart, and funny. I knew she was everything to many people, but she was nothing to me. When I heard about her death, I didn't cry, I didn't feel sad, I felt relieved. I felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I felt like I could breathe again. I felt like I could move on. I felt like I could finally let go of the past. I remember the day I found out she was cheating on me. It was the worst day of my life. I felt betrayed, hurt, and angry. I felt like my world was crashing down. I felt like I was going to explode, but I didn't. I didn't make a scene. I didn't scream or yell. I didn't fight or argue. I was quiet. I was calm. I was in shock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe what I had heard. I couldn't believe what I had felt, but I did. I saw it with my own eyes. I heard it with my own ears. I felt it with my own heart. And that day changed me. It made me stronger, wiser, and more cautious. It made me appreciate what I had and what I didn't have. It made me realize what I wanted and what I didn't want. It made me see what I needed and what I didn't need. That day was a blessing in disguise. It was a test from God. It was a lesson for me. It was a gift for me. I am grateful for that day because it taught me so one night. I followed her and I saw it. She was with another man, a man I had never seen before. She was smiling. She was laughing. She was holding his hands. That smile, that laugh, that touch, they were all foreign to me. They were not mine. I felt a surge of emotions: jealousy, anger, betrayal, sadness. But I didn't show it. I didn't react. I just kept following her, wanting to see what would happen next, hoping that maybe I was wrong. But I wasn't. I knew it in my heart. And then I heard him say it, the words that shattered my world. "I love you," he said. And she responded, "I love you too." And in that moment, I knew I had to do something. I had to confront her, demand answers, find out what was going on. But I didn't make a sound. I didn't move an inch. I just stood there frozen, unable to process what I had heard, unable to understand what was happening, unable to cope with the reality that my wife was cheating on me. And then I turned around and left. I walked away without saying a word, without asking a question, without making a fuss. I walked away silently, defeated, heartbroken, betrayed. I walked away knowing that my marriage was over, that my trust was broken, that my feelings were valid. I walked away carrying the burden of my pain, the weight of my tears, the scars of my wounds. But I also walked away knowing that I deserved better, that I deserved more, that I deserved love, respect, loyalty, honesty. I walked away knowing that I was strong enough to face the future alone, brave enough to overcome the challenges ahead, and worthy enough to find someone who would treat me right. I walked away with my head held high, my eyes dry, my voice hoarse, my heart heavy. I walked away, and I never looked back. And that is how I ended up here, single, independent, free.